Edgar. Art and Story by Flodberg. Deep inside the enigmatic vessel, Edgar lived in paradox. The towering, rectangular ship he called home was forever at sea. Edgar's building was like so many others, a dreary brick building perched at the intersection of a rough neighborhood next to a boarded-up corner store. This was Edgar's sea. On days when he sank into melancholy, Edgar would wander the labyrinthine corridors of the ship. As he wandered the halls, he would commune with the ship's inhabitants, others like him that were trapped within the vessel's walls. He never saw anyone, but could feel their presence. The bathroom drain in his apartment emerged as a difficult companion, a harbinger of endless advice and criticism. Its voice resonated through the pipes, the messages veiled in cryptic whispers. It fixated on his distorted reflection, his face contorted by the scars of too many years at sea. In moments of lucidity, he would gaze into his cracked mirror and contemplate his skull-like pig face, burn scars marring his flesh, and the unsettling observation that through a large gash in his face, his exposed brain was made out of bricks. The voices, muted and low within the walls, laughed at him and discussed what should be done about his disfigured face. Sometimes, as he roamed through the dim-lit passageways, tormented by an ocean of constantly changing moods, the carpets bled upward, merging with the wallpaper, which depicted rows of palm trees, giving rise to a sublime landscape. Terrifying tendrils crept into his thoughts, taunting him as he struggled to stay afloat in the suffocating embrace of the carpeted sea. One evening, in a desperate bid to escape the horrors of his reflection, Edgar succumbed to the coaxing of his drain. It urged him to utilize one of the palm trees, its pulpy surface to be used as a vessel of transformation and escape. Igniting the plant with a lighter, he brought it close to his face. He watched in his mirror as the flames engulfed his features, burning rapidly through the meat mesh that hid his true face. Within the ensuing chaos, his disfigured countenance dissolved, giving way to a blinding burst of orange light. In the midst of this blinding light, Edgar sifted through the primal orange ooze on a quest to find his true face. And there, inside the pulsating, fleshy space, he discovered his reflection, a haunting visage cobbled together from rotting slabs of flesh. Freedom, he thought. The room rocked and swayed as the seas began to swell. He collapsed as the gale pounded the ship. Morning came, but his promised freedom hadn't. The mirror showed his face, his own, unchanged. Hours passed and the room was now rocking violently back and forth. Darkness had descended and the building was in a strong gale. He realized that he had been fooled by the drain, and that he was now being punished for his ugliness and stupidity. His face was just Edgar's, gnarled, gashed, brick-brained, and burned by the sea. He screamed at the walls. He screamed at the drain. He punched the invisible voices that stabbed at him and cried until his head hurt. He crawled across the filthy kitchen floor, cutting himself on a barnacle. He crawled into his bed, leaving a small trail of blood on the sandy carpet. Like a fish in a net, he lay in his stained and torn sheets and prayed for morning when he would most certainly become one of the people trapped in the walls.